Hello everybody, I am your host Safdos and I am slightly new to the scene, but we do have a beautiful person here called Brady and we are ready to cast some beautiful gameplay, some beautiful League of Legends as we get into our games today of SLE. Brady, care to introduce yourself and say what we're doing?
Yeah, thanks so much. I think everyone around the stream knows me now. I've been here a couple of times. It's good to be back again. SLE Split 2. Thank you for that amazing introduction, Zapdos. And once I just quickly take a look, I'm going to be getting into who is going to be playing today. So game 1 coming up in the next couple of minutes. We are going to be seeing DONGEN Gaming take on Team VITAGEN, the undefeated team so far in this league.
It's going to be exciting to see these players go against each other. We may see VITAGEN be the team that has gone to the 2-0 right now, but you have to remember it's the start of the season, it's the start of the league. Many things can change. We can see DCG go straight to the top. If they beat this team, they're going to have a good time during this time.
True, I completely agree. And I mean, look, it's early season. This is only week 2. There have only been a handful of games so far. So again, Dongen City are not out of this league yet. They definitely have what it takes. We've seen teams do it in the past. We've even seen miracle runs happen in like the LEC, sorry, with like Schalke Miracle Run. There is always time to make a turnaround and make a real fight for these top positions in this league today.
Definitely, for sure there. Now, a lot of these players are new to the league, but we do have a player called Dutch who has been here before, but he was a player who was a substitute for a team before. He played for a team, if I'm not incorrect, is Flash Forces. How'd they do last time?
Flash Forces, I think, unfortunately did end up, I think they ended up dropping out early on in the early stages of the season, but Dutch did get a game in for them, if I'm not mistaken, and honestly, he looked great, and I'm so happy to see him back in the league again this split, and so far, it's looking good for him. I mean, he's undefeated, right? VITAGEN have to be confident going forward, and I mean, I would definitely like to see more of his kind of carry style pick, or not pick, carry style play. But I've seen in the past, this man is a man that really likes to play Poppy jungle.
Poppy jungle, that is something that I have not seen in quite a while. This is the first season that it's actually been viable in pro play. I think it's because of how many dashes that all the champions are having now.
And I mean, look, Dutch plays a lot of things, but again, I think in both of his games he has played so far for Team VITAGEN. I know definitely against RT1, I was unfortunately on the short end of that stick, but yes, this Poppy jungle is so effective, and he's really good at getting in a lane, being patient, and really, like, I don't want to use the word camping, but like, he sets up his little tent, he pitches himself up, and he really makes sure that his lanes get leads, and obviously through that he finds his victories.
So, from what I'm hearing so far, Dutch is a player we do have to watch here, but you have to remember there are 9 other players in the game right now, ready and raring to go. We have a few players such as DCG, Corbin, Own, Tibbo, Chemical, Greedio, who he's up against. These players are formidable foes and we'll have to see. But this jungle matchup is definitely where we have to look. It's between Dutch and Own. We have to see if a Plat 3 player is able to keep up with a D4, because there's quite a few skill disparities, I have to say.
Now, I do agree, but what I really love to see from DCG, and I don't know if this is super positive or super negative, but I think every single game DCG have played here, they have had a different lineup. Yes, you're allowed 3 subs, and you guys can swap in interchangeably, right? But I've seen Tebow play top. It's looking like he might be playing mid here. I've seen Kerbone play mid. I've seen Oni play AD carry. LTE Chemical is I don't think we have seen him this split yet. He is looking to be in that 80 carry position, but DCG definitely very flexible in what roles they all play, and I really hope for them that shows dividends in that it becomes really hard to ban them out, right? Because hey man, I'm Oni. Hey, they banned out all my 80 carries. You know what? No problem. Let me just quickly roll swap to jungle. And I mean, that's completely legal in the SLE. So this is what I really like to see from this team.
Now, we have started drafts, and as we were talking before, the Poppy has been banned against the one and only Dutch. But we have to remember there was another ban again. We have Poppy and Bard that DCG banned, while VITAGEN banned Nunu and Lissandra.
I mean, definitely looking like both teams here done their homework, especially with that Poppy pick. That is all he has shown us so far this season. That being said, One also a lot of Nunu games under his belt. Both junglers looking at some very gank heavy kind of champions, and also a lot of focus from DCG going down onto the support of Team VITAGEN. Also a real major part in why they win so many of their games. Bard Papa doing a great job of drawing pressure and making his presence known in the SLE.
Yes, I'm a infamous bar player myself, so I know how scary that champion can be. It got me all the way from Plat 2 to Masters in, let's just say, a couple of weeks. That character is a little bit busted. But right now, DCG does lock in the Edgewall first pick. We'll have to see what the counter is. If I was VITAGEN, I would probably pick my ADC as well here, as you know what the anyone else is. But Gwen is very strong in the meta right now, so not a bad first pickup right now. VITAGEN picks up the Gwen and the Lulu. What is going to happen to DCG? They got two options of what they want to do against this Lulu. They want to match it. Do they want to play something like Yumi, go for the scaling lane against it? Or do they want to show a bit of aggression, show a bit more of their power by going to like a little bit more roam heavy, like a Rakan, like a Leona, maybe something, could be a little bit stronger. But we'll have to see what they pick right now.
I mean, yeah, I completely agree. Do you want to match this Lulu? Do you want to match Barda Papa's Lulu down there? Or do you want to say, you know what? We have an Ezreal, we can play safe, and it does look like they aren't going to lock in the Nautilus. So again, a lot of kill pressure, a lot of CC from the Nautilus, but I think with an Ezreal, I think DCG are going to look to get that Nautilus across the map and really try to open things up there, because Ezreal is just so good at just sitting back, AFK, farming it up, pressing Q, and just being completely untouchable in lane. And I mean, it's super important there too, because you're picking Ezreal into the Lulu, who doesn't actually have much in the way of engage onto a champion like Ezreal. So again, I think Ezreal is perfectly happy just relaxing down in this bot lane. However, a lot of AD carries open, VITAGEN hovering the Jinx, gonna lock it in. Super meta. You have the Lulu, you have the Jinx. Sure, Ezreal wants to chill out in this bot lane, but you are not outscaling Lulu Jinx, and if you let them just scale up for free, you're gonna have some real difficulty getting just anywhere near them as the game goes on.
But we have to remember that DCG has not shown their jungler. They have not shown their mid laner either. They could definitely get a strong mid-jungle duo to take over this game. We know that Nautilus is better early game than Lulu at roaming, again these engages, and this is what DCG has to do. They have to get an early game lead, or it's looking like they're going to lose this game. Jinx plus Lulu plus Gwen, they may not be strong early, but they definitely got the push pressure bot. So I have to see if they're able to keep this up. As we do see VITAGEN ban out the Corki and the Victor, while we see DCG ban out the Irelia, trying to take a strong side away from the top lane of VITAGEN and getting them so they have a weaker late game. What's their last ban?
What is it gonna be? Gonna be the Yone. Definitely really looking both teams to, obviously VITAGEN gonna stop some of those scaling options, while DCG just saying, look, we don't like these hard carry type of picks, as VITAGEN now might be looking to blind their jungler, hovering Xin, hovering Volley, hovering maybe the Hecarim, but I don't know. Okay, they are going to lock in Xin Zhao. I was going to say maybe it's a Gwen jungle, but no, it is going to be Xin jungle. And I'm surprised, actually, that Xin Zhao has made it this far in the draft without getting banned out. J4 also still available, but again, I don't know how viable it is in the jungle meta at the moment. Graves is technically still a jungler. Yes, okay, he's probably going to go up into that top lane. We have seen it been mostly played up there now, as the Akali gonna be locked in. A lot of skirmish potential with the Akali, I feel like. Again, I'm still not entirely convinced on who's going where on DCG's lineup.
For sure. We could definitely even see a Graves mid lane if it is a good place for him to go right there. But I really like his Xingzao pick. It gives a lot of space for his Jinx, and the Gwen does the same thing with the Lulu buffs and the speed up. Jinx should be pretty safe in here if he doesn't get engaged on by Nautilus or J4. But it really depends on if DCG can get this early game lead and can get these good engages, because of just the damage they deal if they get on top of you. But this Veigar pick could 100% stop this from happening. It depends. Do they want more damage, or do they want to try and keep their Jinx safer? It's looking like they are going for a Zoe, which I'm quite surprised on here.
Wow, they are going to end up locking in the Zoe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not entirely sure, but off the top of my head, I think it might be their mid laner. They have played the Zoe before, and it was to crazy good effect. If this is the Zoe game that I am thinking of, but I will. What do you think here of the Zoe R5 pick? Because I'm going to assume that it's into the Akali, right? I'm not a much of a mid lane maestro myself, but what do you think of that? Because obviously you have that option at a counter pick available to you.
Well, I would say that I disagree with the Zoe pick here. It does give you push pressure early game because of a range versus a normal auto attack carry in the mid lane. But the problem with this is you just don't have that skirmish heavy mid lane that you're going up against here. So you are going to have a weaker mid lane, but it does keep you safe. It does allow the Xingzao to play more for bot lane, which could help out this team right here, as it does look their Jinx is their main carry here.
True, I mean, I completely agree with that sentiment, but again, you have so many damage threats, so many hyper carry threats from the team of VITAGEN, because yes, you have the Jinx, but you cannot forget about this Gwen as a scaling hyper carry, and I mean, look, if anything kind of turns into like a poke war, a vision battle, you also have to back a champion like Zoe to really go in and make a nuisance of herself, so again, I think VITAGEN really putting themselves in a strong position to win this game. That being said, I think DCG have the Nautilus, have the Jarvan, have the ability in the early game anyway to just leave Ezreal by himself. And if you can really get this Graves, this Akali rolling, maybe start picking up some Heralds. Again, it is absolutely no joke what these two champions are capable of doing.
Completely. I think it's going to be very important to see if DCG do get the first Drakes, because if they start stacking those Drakes, they could try and force fights early onto this VITAGEN lineup, which does want to scale, which does want to wait, take its time, get its carries higher. Jinx late game, Lulu late game, Gwen late game. These are very scary champions to go up against, but we'll have to see if they can get there. But DCG are 0-2 right now, and VITAGEN are 2-0, so it does seem like it is favoured to VITAGEN, as they seem to have won the last two games. But we'll have to see if this lineup, can breathe some fresh air and, make this comeback and maybe even win the whole entire tournament.
True, again, crazier things have happened. I'm remembering back to the Schalke Miracle run once again. We all know, unfortunately, how that ended for them, but it is 100% possible. And look, these are best of ones. All you need is one cheese. All you need is one mess up, one bad day from the enemy team. And look, man, you might just end up nabbing yourself a point that puts you in a much more advantageous position to go on and win the whole tournament, find yourself a better ranking for the playoffs that will be happening after the regular split. But again, I feel like you have to favor VITAGEN based on their previous performances this game. I think so far, pretty easily dismantling RT1, and I can't remember what happened to them the previous game.
We will have to see what will happen in this. Now, they are going to do Champ Select right now. Everybody has locked in, but we have to wait for, the streamers, the casters,
Spectator
ourselves.
delay.
Yeah,
Poor
we have to
little
wait
casters.
for that, sadly. Yeah, caster delay is the same thing at this point. But yes,
Right.
Now, everyone, who do you want to win? DCG or VITAGEN? Make yourself known. Tell us who you want to win. Who are the players you are rooting for? Because I may not know too many people here, but I do want to know who are the favourites. Who are the people you want to win this actual game?
True, and I mean, okay, Spectator, we're waiting, we're chilling. Let's talk a little bit about, like the individual matchups, right? So let's start in the top lane. We have DCG Kerbone on the Graves against Captainen, have I pronounced that right? On the Gwen. Look, I don't expect a whole lot to be happening on the top side for the side of the Gwen here. But I do expect to see Jarvan and DCG really pressuring the top side of their map as hard as they can, because I really think that the mid top side of the map is your outlet. Especially, when you have the Nautilus and the Ezreal, that one Nautilus is really great in that early stage of the game of getting out of lane, or he can be, and he's brings so much CC to a skirmish, to a fight, while Ezreal, again, he will just sit back, he will just farm. Fed Ezreal is great. Fed Graves, Fed Akali is terrifying.
I couldn't agree more. I went against a 10-1 Graves. I got one shot on my poor little Rakan. I was scared for my life. But in this game, it really matters on how this bot lane goes. If this Ezreal is able to stay safe down bot lane, allow Nautilus to roam up, get these 4 versus 3 fights, get the Rift held, getting your Akali or Graves ahead, this is how they absolutely make this game just explode open, allow them to take over the game and destroy the enemy team. Well, VITAGEN, they want their top side to be safe. This is maybe why they picked Zoe. This is 100% why they picked Gwen. These champions are strong and safe, allowing Xingzao to focus on this bot lane. Because if Ezreal is stayed on his own like he's meant to in this game, Xingzao plus Jinx and Lulu has an incredible tower dive with the Xingzao knockup. So we'll have to see if they're going to abuse this Ezreal when he's alone.
True, and yeah, again, it just comes down to how far ahead DCG can get themselves in this early game, because again, I think VITAGEN definitely gone with a much more standard comp. I don't know how better to say that, but kind of front to back, some great scaling. And the longer this game goes on, you have to slowly shift the tide a little bit. And as VITAGEN just keep scaling more and more items, you have the Lulu, you have the Gwen, the Jinx, 2 great options for Lulu to be enchanting, shielding, buffing. So yeah, I mean, again, I can't help but feel DCG are on a little bit of a time bomb here. However,
we are just about to get into game, guys. I hope that we're all excited for our first game of today. We do have 2 more after this one. Who do you want to win, DCG or VITAGEN? Let me quickly change the stream so it looks slightly less scuffed for you guys.
Oh, it wouldn't be an SLE game if it wasn't scuffed.
yes, of course.
As we do now get to see, once my my game loads, we are gonna have a quick look at perhaps summoners, at perhaps runes, and as we can see here, it's looking like Gwen opting for the ghost. I feel like that's pretty standard now. Both mid laners opting for ignite, which I also really like to see, is gonna perhaps mean that there's going to be a lot more fighting and skirmishing going around in this mid lane. And Nautilus going for the ignite as well, really trying to leverage kill pressure here. But yeah, I mean, level 1, you have a Nautilus, your DCG. Do you expect, or would you really like to see an invade come out here?
I do really want to see DCG try and go for an invade. As we keep saying, they need to get a lead to win this game. So an invade, if they can get a few early kills on some of their main carries, this game could absolutely explode open and get their first win of the season.
True, and we are now getting into game. I'm having a
few issues.
I'm having just a weird kind of black screen situation happening. So bear with me just a moment as I run over to OPGG and download the game file from there. I absolutely love the SLE, and I absolutely love Riot Games. It wouldn't be a stream without some form of technical difficulty. Let me open up here.
Okay, I need to do something.
I click spectate. And I hope that now opens for me. I'll let you know when I get in and when I see everything. I feel like this is a recurring trend, but it's okay. We make it work. And now I think I'm loading in. Let me check.
We will have to see if we can get this fixed.
I can confirm that I am once again loading into game. I'm optimistic is the word I'd use.
I like that. I like that. Now,
optimism is the way to be. As I'm loading in, I'll pause for you when I get into game.
Thank you, thank you. I'm going to quickly screen share and we will quickly get this sorted.
There we go. I am loaded into game. I can in fact see I have missed a tiny bit at the beginning. As if you just run that, it should pop open for you.
Mm-hmm. Is that all I do?
That is correct. It should just pop open. Wait. Should you press any key there? It just run the bat file.
Now nothing opens up for me.
God, I love technical difficulties.
We love this.
It took a couple of seconds for my game to open as well. I don't know if it's worth trying to rerun the file. I don't know if you have or you haven't so far.
I have. Let me try and restart League. See if we can get this sorted. We do apologise for these technical difficulties, but when you're a stream like this, there always has to be a few things in the road, but we will try our best to get into the game as fast as possible. But the players right now are fighting against each other. They are definitely raring and ready to go. They're battling their hearts out, and
I can tell. I feel it.
Yeah, you know, we feel their presence, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
Let me try and look back into the league. One day we'll get this sorted.
One day. I pray that it works. I don't know, man. The tournament codes, they've been bad to us recently, but I'm sure we'll figure it out, and I'm sure that the rest of today goes a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm just gonna look. I can give you guys a tiny bit of foresight as I'm actually in the game. I can tell you that
share it, if possible.
I could do that. I don't know how laggy that is gonna be, but I can give it a go. Stream. I do not know how good or bad this is gonna be.
Okay. Now I do have coding experience, so I'm trying to understand what's happening here, and I may be able to get it sorted soon.
But yes, I am also streaming it. If you do want to zoom into that, and I am more than happy to just play. Up to you.
Play it, and then we'll see if it's laggy or not, and then we'll go from there.
How bad is it?
Yes, we're not doing that for sure. Don't you worry. Okay. So, right.
It was a good effort.
Mm-hmm.
That's what counts.
Okay, so what it's saying is it can't find league client settings.yaml.
Mm-hmm.
Am I meant to download something for that?
I do not think so. I think it should just be as simple as download spectate, click spectate.
Let's try that.
Or download spectate and then run file, and then it just
Yeah, let me try and run it as administration, see if that works.
That might be the way.
Oh, we do love League of Legends, don't we, guys?
Mm-hmm.
What a great first cast, huh?
Hey, man, it is what it is. We had this same issue yesterday, actually, and I'm not sure why this keeps happening. I think it is something to do with Spectator itself.
Yeah, it must be.
Because we love how the small indie company Riot Games deals with Spectator mode and the numerous number of bugs in the old spaghetti code. But hey,
we do absolutely adore it, don't we?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I'm not super sure what to expect from this one. And yeah, I mean, all I can do is I'll keep giving some more information now about the initial setup from both teams. There doesn't, I know people can't see at the moment, it doesn't appear that either side has done anything too crazy or too out of the woods. We do see the Gwen actually opting for the D shield in the Graves lane. We do know that Graves is or any, I guess, ranged top laner is always going to be a little bit of a bully. Graves also opting for fleet footwork, so going to be a little bit more mobile, going to be a little bit harder to poke out a lane. No real indication as to where junglers want to path to. However, as we previously spoke about, I think we do expect to see this Jarvan starting on his red side and then pushing up towards this Graves. I think DCG Kerborn, if I remember correctly, on the LeBlanc the last time we saw him play in the mid lane, doing an absolutely amazing job of trying to keep his team afloat. But yeah, definitely. I think this game he has a lot more leash to work with. He's been unchained a little bit. He's been given the Graves. He's been given what I can only assume to be strong side of the map, or theoretically speaking, strong side of the map. But all we can do is wait and see what One, the Jarvan for the jungler for DCG can provide to him. And obviously, again, we spoke about Greedo, the Nautilus, getting out of his lane to try and come up and to make stuff happen up there. But yes, I'm gonna take
Yes.
it that it's
Yes, I do apologize. I am trying my best to sort this. I'm looking through all my files trying to find out why League of Legends is a small indie company with millions and millions going into it every single day. So, from what I am gathering, for anyone who does care to know, long story short, it's saying that it cannot find the correct file location, and I'm looking for the file location it's trying to find. However, it does not exist.
We may have a solution. Chat may be coming to the rescue. I'm not entirely sure.
How is chat coming to the rescue?
Chat might attempt to save it depending on how it goes, because we might have someone come in and join us and stream the game for us so we can actually see what's going on.
That would definitely help if that person would care to do so. Definitely
Not
would be
all
appreciated.
heroes wear capes. Our first time chatter Cattler, if you could hop in to the waiting room of the SLE Discord, I'll move you into the correct room. And yeah, save us, please. While that works out.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah.
But what a game, huh? What a game. I could see incredible gameplay right now, for sure.
Bro, I'm loving this gameplay. It looks absolutely amazing, but what about, okay, how about we talk about these new graphics, right?
These new graphics. Oh, I could show them on stream if you
SLE is
care.
looking revamped.
Yes.
Now I know any long-term viewers and long-term watchers of the SLE might know the difference, but again, super nice new look, fresh look from the SLE, as we do potentially have our savior here, our godsend.
They are our godsend at this point.
True. If you could do us the greatest favor and remove time controls from the thing, from the display as well, it would be greatly appreciated. But we do now see it's LMR gonna pick up another kill, as we do see Nautilus up in that top lane already. But yeah. 3 kills over to the side of VITAGEN so far. One more request that you could also bring up the scoreboard permanently, Mr. Superbia. Not all heroes wear capes, and one more time controls, and you're good.
I need to make sure that I quickly go buy. What is it? What is the thing called? Nitro, so we get a better quality stream. Yes.
But yes, okay. Let me give you a quick run. I'm sure there was some crazy outplays involved. DCG Tebow looking absolutely unstoppable at the moment. I'm just going to assume that there was some
Okay.
crazy skirmish. We have already seen Greedo get up and out of the lane with 3 assists. But again, it's looking like this game is going to be all about Tebow. He does have all 4 of the kills. He has 6 Dark Seal stacks. And yeah, right now, game is in his hands.
Well, everybody in chat, we can finally see the game. It is 4 kills
Let's
to 4
go.
kills. We do apologize. We do apologize that it will be a bit blurry for the first game, but we will get it sorted for next game. If not, it's not our fault, all right? Okay, blame League, all right? Small indie company, by the way. We're just saying. However, we have got into game and we are ready to cast this for you. When did Tebow get 4 kills?
Yes.
Nice. We do like to see that. Remember what all these players wanted and what these teams wanted to win the game. We wanted to see DCG get a lead by getting, kills in the mid lane or the top lane, showing that aggression. And we wanted to see coming out from VITAGEN for them to play a bit safer, relax, calm down, and be able to, control this game until it gets to late game and absolutely dominate these team fights. And it's looking like it's going DCG's way right now.
I can't quite see what the gold is looking like because of... oh, wait, no. It's looking pretty even. Okay, we're good. But yeah, again, as you said, it's looking like this Ezreal is just being left all on his lonesome as the Nautilus does try to generally get out of lane. I did see him up in that top lane already, but again, we have to somehow talk about how this Magician, Tebow, now going in the mid lane, gonna drop the ultimate, gonna drop the ignite, and he is gonna just... pick up Xthias here again for a 5th kill, solo bolo in the mid lane.
Absolutely beautiful from Tebow there. He is taking his team on his back and he's carrying the way through. That was a solo kill to himself.
Right,
as we do
Jarvan
have another fight in the mid
gonna
lane.
come down. It's looking like the Lulu ult gonna come out. Not gonna be enough. The exhaust as well, and the Dutch gonna pop his ult as well on top of that.
This
But
is
yeah,
going
again.
incredible for DCG right now. They are getting what they want from this team right now. They were 0-2 and they are dominating top of the table right now. Incredible.
True, and this is exactly what we were saying early on. It's early days, early season, as again, it's looking like DCG have really turned up to this game. DCG Tebow really doing a great job, and this isn't the first time he has been this huge carry for the side of DCG. We did see in his first game he was playing Silas. He did such a great job on that pick as well, but now in the mid lane for the first time. 5-1 on the Akali, 9 Dark Seal stacks. You have to be scared.
He is definitely poised to take over this game, but we have to see if he will be stopped. Akali can definitely be stopped by a polymorph in these big team fights. So if they get to late game, Akali can be rendered useless if they do play correctly on the side of Captain as we have another fight.
Gwen is gonna pop the ghost, is gonna just pop her ult, but again, Graves is just too tanky. Gwen is not quite at the 2-3 item outscale Gwen late game stage yet, so nothing really going to come from that.
Unleashed teleports have come up on the map right now. We do see that there are no teleports on either side right now, so it won't make a difference yet. But when they come off, we will see plays as there's another play mid lane.
Greedo just gonna go wide with the hook. The sad B, unfortunate, but Zoe not done here. Not gonna land the bubble. Has the flash though. Greedo another hook gonna go wide. The B is angry now. The first time he was sad, now he's angry. As both teams are kind of converging down onto this mid lane, but it does not appear like anything is going to happen as Ezreal is going to arcane shift forward here. Just going to look for some poke onto Dutch, but nothing going to happen. But the Rift Herald has been started here.
I like this from DCG right now. They've brought all 5 players up here. They put Ezreal into the mid lane. They've made it where the Nautilus is able to go up. They weren't sure where the enemy team was, as we do have a Hextech flash over.
Oh, the hook gonna connect. I don't expect anything to come from it. Actually, the Ezreal ult coming through. Lulu nearly gonna get one shot. Ezreal gonna be forced to heal flash away, though, because of the Zoe. Now in the top lane, the knock-up is gonna connect. The Graves ult also gonna come out. It's looking like Gwen is gonna get picked up here. DCG Corbone gonna get that kill.
But you have to remember, while all of this was happening, Jinx was able to get a full tower in the bot lane. This Jinx has 24 CS up on his counterpart, while also having a almost full tower up against it on gold. Meaning this Jinx, if we can quickly take a look at the gold here, we should see a big lead coming out.
Greedo just wide on that hook again, while we potentially do see gold coming up or not. But again, we can expect that Jinx is just so far ahead. We can see it in the items. I assume Ezreal is going to pick up his first item, the Essence Reaver, when he does get back to base. But Jinx 1.5 items strong, opting for the Kraken Slayer, opting for the damage, the scaling that his team is going to be so unbelievably powerful later on into this game.
Yes, we definitely have to see if this is going to happen, as they are looking for another Drake as a fight's about to begin.
The Ignite gonna drop at the Q, but the Super Mega Death Rocket and the Ignite is gonna be enough to pick it up on the other side of the fight. The Akali is gonna go forward, is gonna get slept. Does she have the second part of her ult? I don't think she does, but nothing gonna happen. Meanwhile, Dutch and Captain 10 are gonna look to pick up as the flash from the Jarvan comes out. The Xin Zhao ulti, and now it is just an all-out brawl. Dutch forced to flash away, and now Jinx and Zoe are here just to clean up the rest of his kills. Triple kill over to the Gwen. Is it going to be a quadra? Is the flash over the wall from its LMR going to be an ace overall?
This is devastating for DCG. We were singing their praises. We were saying they're doing everything correct on getting this mid lane ahead, getting this top lane so he's in a decent position to carry, leaving the Ezreal alone, allowing your Nautilus to go around the map. But it doesn't matter. We kept talking about how good the team fights are for Team VITAGEN. But no, it just doesn't matter right now. It's looking like DCG, they've made a mistake here, and we'll have to see if they can bring it back fast. If not, DCG, they're just going to slowly lose this game now to VITAGEN, as they have caught up on the gold right now.
True, and I mean, I can only suspect with Jinx picking up another tower, that's 2 towers over to the Jinx. Yes, you did get the Herald, but this Jinx has been left all on her lonesome to just pick up free gold, pick up free CS, and she's nearly running at 10 CS a minute, the most well-farmed across the map. But again, that being said, Gwen on the opposite side of the map doing a great job in these team fights and really getting across, especially for that Drake, getting there early, just making sure that her team has that first rotation on that Drake. And again, the team fight afterwards, perhaps a slight overstep from the side of DCG, as they do kind of look a little bit split up right now.
Yes, we definitely have to see that and see if this does matter. We do have a little while until the next Drake comes up. If I am correct on my smart big brain League of Legends knowledge, it should be about 3 minutes, as there's a fight in the bot lane.
We do see the Gwen gonna pop the Neil work, but it does not look like it's gonna be enough. But she is not done here. The Q's gonna be dodged by Kurbone. Can he get away? The ultimate's gonna be popped, but it is not gonna be enough. Meanwhile, Dutch on the other side of the map is gonna look for Tebow. He's gonna dash in, but they are gonna give that one up. Tebow just a little bit too slippery on this Akali, but Kurbone on the opposite side of the map just not looking like enough in terms of being able to match Cap Tenon on this Gwen.
There's just so many mistakes coming out from DCG here. So many players getting slightly caught out of position. The top laner died for DCG. Graves made a big mistake there, as Akali had to use her ult to get out right there. But they are changing it by having their mid lane getting some gold onto their carry, getting it onto their Ezreal. But take a look, Gwen's just matching them on the other side. There's just so much going in the favour of VITAGEN. DCG really need to pull together to be able to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. It's a 4K gold lead now at 19 minutes, when only, 5 minutes ago, it felt like the game was so even. But again, these 1 item, 2 item power spikes are starting to come in. We are seeing it becoming increasingly difficult for DCG to come out on top of these plays. And again, they're not ahead right now, and it's only getting worse for them. So unless they can find a dream fight or a miracle pick with the Nautilus, with the Jarvan, with the Akali, who is still extremely strong, 6-2, that is a lot of gold. It is definitely VITAGEN's game to lose right now.
The problem is, how is Akali going to be able to do anything against this Gwen right now? If Gwen looks at this Akali's just going to get absolutely obliterated.
Oni is looking here, gonna get slapped. Might not have suspected that All 4 members of VITAGEN are gonna be there to pick him up.
One didn't have his team around him, which was the biggest mistake he made there. He thought the Xingzao was on his own. He thought his team was too far behind, that he needed to get something. He needed to get his team back into the game. Because of that mistake there, they are able to pick up Baron here and maybe even the Drake afterwards. This has put them in such a good position, VITAGEN, with the mistake coming out of Oni.
True, and what looked to be such a strong start from DCG is just slowly falling away from them now, as the Ezreal ult is gonna look for that optimistic ultimate. Can't blame him for trying, but again, it's looking like if you are the side of DCG, what do you want to do? Do you want to fight this Drake? Because yes, okay, Graves is gonna look to pick up this return tower, but this is potentially 4 mountains and a mountain soul for the side of VITAGEN if they are allowed to get soul.
Well, the good news is for DCG, they do have a better position on this dragon, allowing the Ezreal to be able to get some poke out.
Dutch is going to face check, though. He is going to get hooked. His ult is going to come down. Sorry, Xin, but it is too much from the side of LMR with an absolute ton of DPS alongside the Gwen. The Jarvan ult not quite going to come through there, and it is just going to be a 4 for... Oh, excuse me. I said Ezreal, and I meant Xin.
It is all good, it's all good. Now, we have to talk about DCG in a whole. It's looking like this game is in a position where they're going to lose this. But overall, we have to say about what they have proven this game, which can go on and put them into more games as they're going through. They had a really strong early game. If they're able to clean up a few mistakes they had in the mid game, they would be able to get through, as Ezreal gets obliterated.
The flash forward from Dutch, I mean, it's a little bit painful to watch right now. It is just... Again, they are so far ahead. They have the Baron buffed minions. It's just so difficult to even be in vision, as Dutch doesn't even care about Corbon there. He is gonna get slept. Captainen is gonna look for a Q, but again, it is just them biding their time, waiting for this inhib tower to fall, as now the tower is gone. The Jinx is gonna get excited. Flashing forward, Tebow gonna get exhausted as the Lulu ult comes up. Jinx gonna get a double kill, and now on the back of the fight, it is just Akali, but just barely, not enough damage with the stopwatch coming out. Gonna keep Xdias alive, and again, that is 3 for 0, and it is looking like VITAGEN are gonna walk down onto the Nexus towers and the Nexus of DCG here. Dongen Gaming just coming short again after such a strong early game, just falling away into mid to late stages of the game again.
It was a close game for sure, but well played to VITAGEN. These players are now 3-0. They are looking like they're able to take most of these matches and maybe be able to win the season. They do need to fix a little bit of the early game, but they are definitely getting stronger while going through this.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully DCG can go back to the drawing board. They can go back, they can review these games, and look, there's clearly things that are working for DCG. And it is looking really good at times for them, but they just need to find ways to transition these early leads that they have and push them into the mid game, push them into objectives, push them into more winning situations to set them up for stronger mid to late game wins. Because again, they looked so good in this early game. We didn't get to see it, unfortunately, but the scoreboard says it all. You had a 4-0 Akali, and just unfortunately for the Akali, just not being able to press the lead, not being able to really set his team up to go on and win that game.
Yes, for sure. But we are going to take a small break for about, would you say, 10 minutes?
Sure, yeah, that seems about right.
So what are the teams we will be seeing when we come back?
When we come back in a roughly 10 minutes time, let me bring it up for you, we are going to be seeing Team Forsaken, the reigning champions of the SLE from Split 1, take on Team VITAGEN. VITAGEN extremely high, 3 games, 3 wins. We're going to see the defending champions against the current leaders of the SLE.
Yes, for sure. Now that game is going to be interesting to watch. DCG was one of the weaker teams right now in the division. VITAGEN, we know, is one of the stronger teams, and we're going against the reigning champions. This is a match you do not want to miss. We will be back in 10 minutes. I'm your host, Saftos, and I am with Brady, and we will be back to present this game, and hopefully, if we're lucky, spectate should work for us. All right, we will see you all in about 10 minutes.
Breathing underwater, deeper than the waves, floating like a feather to another day, another day, another day. Beneath the waves, I find another day. I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. September morning, greet me without. I'll shut my mouth when you're being this loud. Feel me out, figure me out. I tend to be confusing when these things go south. Hold me. I just need you to hear me. I just need you to feel me. Borders crossing. I wish you found me satisfactory, baby. I'm trying to win you over. I put myself in all these situations, knowing the chances seem that I'll escape 'em. Borders rising.
Hello everybody, we are back for SLE with a team that you may have heard before called VITAGEN, and we are going against a beautiful team. If Brady, would you care to say what the other team is?
Again, NSG Forsaken, the reigning champions. These guys, listen, you have to take this as gonna be one of the most hotly contested games. We have the current undefeated team in VITAGEN against the current defending champions Forsaken. I'm lost for words.
You've got me excited for this game.
I'm lost for words at my expectations for this game. These are two of our strongest teams on paper, going to duke it out head to head here over the next hour. So I don't know what to expect from either team. I know that Forsaken have made, one or two changes to their roster. I think they have a new mid laner. But I think outside of that, it is mostly the same team, the team that got them the dub last time around. But again, we've seen what Team VITAGEN can do. We have seen that they are so effective at really just finding picks, finding team fight wins, winning games. So I expect this game to be extremely well contested from both teams.
We definitely have to see if these teams can keep up what they have been showing so far. Now, I want to talk about VITAGEN. The team that we saw win, their last game, they are coming off a high. They absolutely dominated through the mid game and the late game, but their early game was a bit scary. Luckily for them, the production may have crashed, so then we didn't get to see what the mistakes were, but we did see the mid laner having a few issues, allowing the enemy team, who is bottom of the table right now, getting 4 kills on them. If you allow this to happen in an NSG and get a lead against you, I don't think VITAGEN can bring this back. So they really need to work on this early game if they want to be able to take down the reigning champions.
True, I agree. They're not going to be given the same breathing room they were given against DCG. And again, yes, their mid laner, or I don't remember what happened, but Dongen's mid laner, that Akali, DCG Tebow, was extremely wealthy within the first 5 minutes of the game, and they cannot allow Forsaken that same freedom, that same gold, because again, we're not talking about DCG, we're talking about NSG, we are talking about the current reigning champions of the SLE. And I mean, you give them a lead, you give them an inch, this team will take a mile.
We definitely have to see if they're going to be able to get a lead in this game. But we did see quite a few mistakes happening for one team, which will definitely mean that the other team will make mistakes themselves. Many things are going to happen in this game. Many players are going to make mistakes. It's just who can capitalize most. All these players are between gold to low diamond. A lot of these players have made many mistakes and still are trying to learn and trying to grow. So one team could be one of the weakest in one season, but next season they come along. All of them have become like high diamond and they become absolutely insane. So we can really see anything from these players here.
True, I agree. I think improvement is definitely the name of the game. Look, gold all the way up to low diamond, yes, there's going to be a lot of different levels of skill. However, I think both of these teams are going to be pushing that limit of high plat, low diamond ceiling of the league. So again, I don't expect to see as many, I'm not going to call them straight up errors, but as many little mistakes. I think we're going to be seeing some improved macro, some improved mechanics. But I just cannot describe how ready I am for these two teams to go head to head. I'm so unbelievably excited for this one.
Now, we are waiting for all the players to get in, then we will get into Champ Select and see what these players are going to pick. It does look like all of them are almost here. On the side of VITAGEN, we have Captain Dutch, who we talked about before, Dice, it's Elamar, and Barda Papa, who we know for being a bar player, as it is quite obvious as it's in the name. We'll see if it gets banned out again like before. Then we have on the side of NSG, RD7 Snow, we got Parad Knight, I'm guessing that's how you say it. We have Najika, we have Kaiser Mummy, the most beautiful name I have to say, and Parker Watcher. All of these players are ready and raring to go. We're just waiting for them to get into Champ Select.
True, and I mean, look, we've already spoken a little bit about Team VITAGEN. I'm gonna give everyone the quick rundown on Forsaken's journey over the off season. It does look like Parker Watcher has moved down into that support role. He looked so great in the mid role last season. A couple of really standout performances on Corgi, if I'm not mistaken. Paradonite is you guys might know him. He has been on stream a couple of times. Mr. Arvid. Uh, and he's a little bit of a very outspoken on his opinions. Although I think he's a very strong player, knows the meta. I think we can expect him on the Volley Bears, the Zinzaos, the Jarvans, and again RD7 Snow. I think also a new addition to the Forsaken roster this split. So far in the last game I saw, he got a crazy outplay on Gwen into a Malphite lane around level 6. But again, some very, very skillful players on display this game.
Yes, we will definitely have to see if these players can use their skill, can show their prowess. We can see if these players, if all of them can reach Diamond one day. That is the goal for all players here, I would have to say.
That blue border, that yeah,
oh,
I can
when you
attest.
get it that first time.
Yeah,
I think everybody in chat knows it. I feel like there's two places where you get that feeling. One when you get gold, and one when you get diamond. And just that diamond border, when you see it, just looking at yourself, you think you're a pro player.
You puff your chest out a little bit more, then you realize,
definitely.
Wait a minute.
You sit up straight for the first time. You get ready for it. You feel good about yourself, and we'll have to see if all the players can get there one day. I have full belief, as we do have one player here. We do have Dutch, who is Diamond 4, so very impressive.
And speaking of Dutch, do you think Forsaken have done their homework? Because again, look, Bard at Papa, it's kind of in the name. You ban Bard.
It's a little bit easy.
It's in the name. He's got it on his icon. The man likes Bard. Okay. Dutch, again, we saw him play the Poppy a couple of times. Again, we saw him play the Zin again, looking so strong on all the champs he has played. But again, are you going to give him the Poppy? And finally, we have X-Thias, who, again, every time this man gets Zoe, he looks good on Zoe. The last game, again, perhaps a shaky start. The Akali getting a little bit ahead, but this man has been so strong and so influential. The picks that this man somehow finds on Zoe is absolutely insane, and I think it's reflected in his solo queue as well. The man is definitely a Zoe fan.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Brady, I have a question.
Yes.
What do you think is the best for these teams to do? You are in probably the highest stake match so far. Both these teams are, we would say, probably top 1, top 2 teams in the division right now. One that has been undefeated this season, and another one which won it all last season. Would you go for comfortability, or would you go for this aggression? For something, for the great team fight, something that you may not be as comfortable for, but works better for the team?
I think for Forsaken, this is a team that rides a lot on confidence. If these guys are in a good mood, you could literally see anything. You could bring out the Dravens, you could bring out the Talons, the Kianas, these flashy champions, and they're going to look great. However, if you catch this team on an off day, I think, look, these guys are all super talented players, and even on an off day, they are still going to look good, but I think they are still capable of bringing a more, I'm not going to say generic, but a more front-to-back, classic type of team comp. Whereas, again, if you look over the side of VITAGEN, we've just seen them play and execute, I'm not going to say perfectly, but extremely, extremely well on a generic front-to-back team comp as well. But it's going to be super interesting to see what they bring to the table as we do move into the pick and ban phase, the draft for NSG Forsaken versus Team VITAGEN. Poppy is already going to be banned. Forsaken done their homework. Dutch will not be allowed. Will not be allowed to play Poppy.
Poor man.
Yeah, he just wants to play some Poppy. I can't blame him, but VITAGEN also seems to look like they've done their homework. Arvid, in previous interviews, boasting how free the Zeri is on B1, and Kaisamami also going like 19-3 on his last game of Zeri, if I remember correctly, as couple
do
more
see-
bans, but that Galio B1 pick.
Into a Jinx. Now, Jinx Gwen, it's looking like VITAGEN know their strong picks. They know what they want in this game, but it's looked like Forsaken as well. It's looking like Forsaken maybe going for some cross-map plays. I'm expecting the Camille to come out, maybe a J4, maybe something aggressive, but we do see a match with a Felios Thresh. We know how strong this lane is. We know how powerful it is. We see it in all of the regions, LCK, LEC, even NA. But we don't talk about NA after, you know.
NAKW, yeah.
Yeah, KEKW.
Now, standard response would be the Lulu, but VITAGEN are going to hover the Soraka here. But again, wait, they're thinking about the Bard. Is he going to do it? Is this Bard Papa's Bard? He is going to lock it in, and I love to see it.
I love
Bard
to see
as a
the Bard.
champion.
Now, Bard as a champion, I am a Bard main myself. Bard is a good matchup into the Thresh, but the problem is Bard does not want to be in lane with the Jinx. He wants to move around the map. Well, Thresh doesn't mind that as much as he's able to get Aphelios a big lead and maybe get a hook on Jinx and get his bot lane ahead. We do see Team VITAGEN on their fourth get away this Shen, allowing them to make cross-map plays without the Shen coming in as well. While Forsaken does take away the Victor away from Team VITAGEN, it seems like their mid laner does enjoy having this champion as it's been getting banned a lot from him. Team VITAGEN last pick has banned the Camille, which was expected, as Galio Camille is an absolutely strong combo which should 100% get perma banned, especially in my solo queue games. Now, go on.
Again, sorry, I was just gonna say the Zoe is gonna be banned. We do know Xtias is a bit of a Zoe enjoyer, but Jarvan is up here, as VITAGEN might just go ahead and lock in the Yone. Okay, you have the Bard, he wants to get out of lane, and who better to be your hyper carry than the Yone in the mid lane?
It's looking like it's definitely topside focus from VITAGEN. The only issue here is the Jinx. Is the Jinx going to be able to survive a Galio, an Aphelios, and a Thresh? Even with a Lee Sin kick, they are going to have such great tower dive on this bot lane with the Lee Sin kick into maybe a Thresh Flay, into the Galio arm. This Jinx should not be able to survive. It's all depending on how this Bard plays the game. Is he going to have the good roam timers? We know he's a good Bard, but is he good enough to understand how this game's going to work? As we do have our final pick for Forsaken, what do you think it's going to be?
I mean, look, I think you're picking an Ornn. You're picking something to play safe up in the top side as, okay, never mind, they are going to hover the Jace, but so much early potential with a Lee Sin, with the Thresh, a lot of playmaking tools as, okay, we see the Malphite going to get locked in.
Who does not love a Malphite in their team? With Forsaken here, this is an aggressive, this is a war-driven team. Malphite may not do well against Gwen, but he's not there for that. He's a weak side top laner. He does not want anyone near him. He wants to just AFK, chill, relax, while we see Forsaken. All they want to do is play for this bot side. Play for this bot side while we see a Bard and a Volibear working together. This is looking like it's definitely top side focus. And an Olaf. Quite surprising.
More AD auto attack focused champions into the Malphite. I hope and pray that this Gwen plays as well as he does last game and finds himself with a lot of gold in his pocket. Otherwise, I can't help but feel that this Malphite's just going to stack the armor and he's just going to laugh at the Olaf, the Yone, and the Jinx, because again, until like 4-5 items, this Malphite I fully expect to be absolutely unkillable.
Completely. I'm not so sure. I think Malphite is definitely killable with Gwen dealing true damage, and Olaf after level 6 not being able to get stopped by anything Malphite does. Malphite is so strong because of his Q. When he Qs something, he gets more movement speed, he's able to run away from you. This is why he's good against Gwen, but you can't do that against an Olaf. Olaf, you try and slow him, he just laughs at you. He just rages at you and just keeps going through and through. If you add this with the Bard up, Malphite can get absolutely obliterated this game. But we have to see. Now,
yeah, I agree. And if we look at this Aphelios, you can't help but feel this is your late game outlet. This is your carry. Yes, okay, you kind of have a bit of damage in the Lee Sin, in the Galio, but
give me 1 second.
These guys, yeah, go ahead. These guys aren't the engaged. These guys are the pawns to this King Aphelios. If you want to compare this game to chess, this Aphelios is going to be so influential in the mid game, in the late game, in these team fights, and we know how good an AD carry Kai'Sa has been in the past and how good he is capable of playing. But again, I can't help but feel there is so much on his shoulders this game, especially when you are staring down a Gwen, an Olaf, and a Yone. These guys are coming directly for you, and you can't even stop the Olaf even if you wanted to. Yes, you have the Thresh. Welcome back. And yes, you have the Thresh Lantern for Peel, but again, there is no stopping this Olaf. If the man wants you, he's gonna press R and he is going to run straight at you, straight line, axes flying everywhere. Can Kaisamami kite it out? Can he stay alive for long enough to really win these team fights?
I am actually scared for Forsaken. The reason I am scared is because of this Olaf, because of this Gwen. With this Gwen having so much just pressure by herself, 6 seconds of her E stops you from going anywhere near her. You have the Olaf as well. Imagine your Olaf into a Malphite plus Galio. They are going to tickle you while you absolutely obliterate them. If you get yourself some healing items, you are not going to die in these team fights. And this is where Aphelios needs to make sure he gets a lead. If they do not get Aphelios a lead, they won't have enough damage in these team fights. They won't be able to stop this Olaf from obliterating their team. Because look, if Bard is good enough, he's just going to ult Aphelios and the game's over. Olaf is going to run him down, Yone's going to ult on him, and afterwards they have just won the team fight because it just depends on who engages first. If they're able to get onto this Jinx, they should win. If the enemy team is able to get onto this Aphelios, they should win.
And it kind of, I kind of agree with that argument. It's kind of just a battle of the hyper carries here. However, it seems that VITAGEN has brought 3 or 4 hyper carries to the fight.
Just a couple, I would say.
Just a few.
Maybe an Olaf, a Yone, a Jinx, a Gwen, nothing. Even a Bard. I've seen Bards kill a few people. So we will have to see. As they are about to get into game, we do have a small delay, but it should only be about 2 minutes, I would say.
True, we are going to be waiting to get into that game. I hope and pray that we don't have any spectator issues. We do have a potential solution if they do come up, so we're not as worried this time around.
We do apologise for before. What an incredible way as an introduction for me to get into this. Having to sort out the stream, being like, everything's falling apart. I don't know what anything is. Oh no, the stream's super blurry. But it's okay.
Trial by fire, you know? It's a good one.
It's only been fire so far. It hasn't been a trial. It's been a death sentence.
It can't get worse, right? How could it get any worse than this, Sapphire, right?
I've been taught something, Brady. I've been taught when you're at rock bottom, there's only one way, and that's
exactly.
See,
I just hope and pray we're at rock bottom, and there is no false floor. We fall straight just crashes.
It's just gone. Everything, the whole entire stream just dies. League of Legends just cuts out. Somebody unplugs the router. I never come back again. From this.
Riot just decide, you know what? We're shutting the servers down. Sorry, guys. It is what it is, and yeah. So you know what? I'm not going to say it couldn't get worse. I'm not going to tempt fate here. What do you think is going to happen once we get into this game? Do you think we're going to get any particularly spicy level 1s? Do you think anyone's going to look to cut the map in half? How do you expect the junglers in particular to play out the early stages of this game?
Now, from the side of VITAGEN, if I was them, I would play for top side. The reason you play for top side is you have a Yone, you have a Gwen, you have an Olaf against the Lee Sin, Galio, Malphite. You win the 3v3, you win the 2v2 mid, you win the 2v2 top side. This is so strong for you. And the most important part as well is you have a support called a Bard. This champion is impressively disgusting. His E goes everywhere, and he's able to play with this Olaf. If they're able to play well together, level 6, they do a tower dive top, do a tower dive mid lane, and if it works out, the game is wide open. Now, on the opposite side, for Forsaken, they do have a Malphite in the top lane. His goal is to play weak side and not get tower dove and ganked. He's going to have to give up many waves, and he's going to have to give up a lot in this game, but it's all depending on if Forsaken can use the Galio R plus Lee Sin to get Kaisamami ahead. This Aphelios needs to get a lead on this Jinx to win the game for them, because if they get to late game without a fed Aphelios, the game's over. It's a GG.
Sure. I mean, I'm entirely with agreement. There is so much pressure on the shoulders of this of Kaisamami, of the Aphelios to perform here. He is the mid late game hyper carry that NSG Forsaken needs to be strong, because without him, I mean, you got a Galio, a Thresh, a Lee Sin. Maybe you're picking off one. Maybe there's enough damage to kill out one person. Maybe you get on Jinx, but you are not gonna have the ability to deal with the Yone, to deal with the Olaf, to deal with the Gwen, and to deal with the Jinx on top of that.
Now, chat, I need one thing from you. I don't ask for a lot. I promise you. I try my best not to ask for a lot. Can we get a Prage? Can we pray that this works? You see screen right now. You see what I see. It's a black screen.
Oh no, I'm still loading into the game.
Now, this black screen is scary. You can gather why. We want to actually see good gameplay, and a black screen, it depends what you class as good gameplay. This could be better than the game we watch, but we'll say it's not.
I currently do have a working game.
You have a working game?
I have a working game.
Okay.
Have I been blessed by the gods today?
It seems like one of us has been blessed, while the person that really needs it to be working is not. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should leave it, or
I think we should try out our anonymous tip. If you just wait a couple of moments and then spam spacebar and pause, unpause. Apparently, it might just work. I can confirm that it is in fact working, but okay. I'm also running on a potato.
I am smashing spacebar, escape, spacebar.
Nothing doing.
I was about to say, guys, we're playing some OSU right now. Do you see my mouse? We're going to have some fun here, all right? We're going to go bang, bang, bang. Do you hear that? Do you hear the keyboard?
Crazy.
Spamming it. We are getting through this game. Right now, imagine I'm the ADC in a team fight. I'm ready for war. Okay. Auto attack. Oh, I'm dead. I got one shot by a Malphite. That's usually what happens, right?
Unstoppable force. Unfortunate.
Yeah. And I'm definitely a movable object. Okay. It's looking like it's a no-go.
Do you have the Kaisamami added, or were you very sadly rejected?
I have been accepted by Kaisamami.
You have been accepted. Can you spectate his game as a means to jump into it?
Let me take a look. We will hope for the best, and it does say spectate game. So, for everybody again, please play. Pray for us. It is. You know what, chat? We have come through a lot together. We have come through a lot, and it's okay. And I respect every single one of you for going through this pain with me.
Thank you for living through this moment with us.
Yes, you'll never forget this stream, all right? You may have other ones with other casters where it's all serious, mature, and
things go well.
Content.
Yeah, no, not here.
Not here. And it's looking like, even when I try and look at Kaisamami's, I only see my mouse again.
Are you cursed with a black screen again? This is...
Oh, chat. Chat, do you want me to... At this point, I'll just play a League Rank game for you at this point. We can see some D3 gameplay.
So the loading, is it just the loading screen, by the way?
It's not even a loading screen. It's just a black screen with my mouse on it.
You are getting a black screen with a mouse. That is interesting.
It is definitely interesting.
Have we perhaps been thrown a bone again, or I'm not entirely sure.
Wait. Have I just been told that we don't have Saj in this chat?
I don't think we do, but I think Seiji has our back. The man, the myth, the legend has joined the call.
Yet again?
Currently streaming the game, saved by chat again. Respect.
Oh my god, chat, we love you. All right?
One thing I will ask of you, my main man, is to make the top overlay slightly smaller. I have been told that it is looking like the mother of all overlays at the moment.
Yes, I will sort that out for you guys. Give me 1 second, please. There's a lot going on my screen right now. Okay, let me make it a bit smaller. Good day, huh?
It is gonna. I will just take over slightly. As Lee Sin and Olaf both opting to path towards this top lane. Both of them starting with the bot lane. Bit interesting, but again, I think that it is more than acceptable just to leave the Aphelios and the Thresh for maybe the first couple of levels, because look, it's still an Aphelios early levels. He's not got a ton of kill pressure in this lane, but both junglers are going to be finishing up. Lee Sin going for the 5 camp. Olaf obviously going for that complete full clear. So who is going to have priority in these lanes for the Herald? Is Xthias is going to get engaged on Taunted. The Ignite is going to go down. And are we going to see a solo kill as Xthias is forced to flash away here? As Lee Sin is now hovering mid. All eyes looking here onto Xthias. Lee Sin is going to look for the Q. It is not going to connect. And it's looking like Olaf is just going to start up this Rift or Scuttle Crab. He is going to pick it up, but RD7 Snow and Paradonite are here, but they are just going to turn on to Malphite. Is going to be forced to flash away. And now Forsaken, 3 members strong here as the Yod is going to TP back in mid.
Brady,
Lee Sin Q gonna connect. Are you with us?
Yes, we are with you. Now, chat, we are ready to take this seriously. We are ready to show this game. Like we said before, from the blue side, we do want them to look for this bot side, as we do have another fight here. Dutch is looking for Paradonite. We do see a Q coming out from the Olaf, as we see another fight in the mid lane with the Galio. This should be a fight for the red side. They should be taken. It's looking like there is a ghost coming out from Olaf. He's running away. There's no mana onto the Galio, so they could re-engage. It's looking like they're not. There's another fight in the bot lane again. There's a flash hook, incredible hook from the Thresh right now as Bard is trying to escape with the portal. They're looking for the follow, and an incredible snipe coming out from Kaiser Mummy, getting him another kill. So right now we have a little bit of a clown fiesta right now, a little bit of a fight here and there, but it's looking like it's going the way for... Let me
Forsaken.
get the
There you go, I got you, don't worry about it. For Forsaken, what's super interesting about that crazy number of skirmishes is the only beneficiary of that whole play is the Aphelios, is this Kaiser Mummy, is the Aphelios that Forsaken need to be ahead and they need to be strong. So super well played to get that pick onto Barda Papa as he does try to run away, but Aphelios having the stun gun, having the green gun, some good gun management gonna lead to him picking up that kill. And now with first blood over onto the Aphelios.
Okay, so let's just say the stream looks good now. The stream looks good. Everything's sorted. Yes, we are saved. Everything else. You can even see NSF versus VIT, so we can say what the names of the teams are. As we do have a small skirmish in the top side, it's looking like there isn't enough mana onto the Malphite to do anything more right now. Given the lane pressure over, as we have another fight in the mid lane, the Bard has come for a gank. Is the Galio? He seemed to have messed up, and it looks like he has, as the Bard does take a kill. Good gank from Bard right now, doing the right thing, looking for fights right now, as his Jinx is in the bot lane, just trying to get back to lane. Barty's going to help his mid laner coming out.
Sorry, it is just going on in this game. It is,
I know.
No one is resting around this mid lane of the map. Bard doing a great job of getting up there. Paradonite doing an amazing job of really making sure Xthias cannot get ahead, and poor old Galio is just like, hey guys, can I just get my 6, please? Like, this man just wants to farm.
These poor players are just going off at each other. As we have another fight here of... I don't know what to say. It's just fight after fight after fight. As we see in no man's land, this Yone right now, as he's getting engaged on with the Ignite putting down, allowing him to not heal. He's trying to outplay here. Is he going to get one kill? It's looking like he's not, as they're looking to finish off the kill. As it... Oh... Close there, but unlucky. There's another
playing with their food
in the bot lane, as we do see a oh Jesus, I'm not sure how I'm meant to cast this game at this point. Everything is just going on, as there is a flash coming out from the Aphelios as the Bard's trying to give it over to his jungler. One Q hits, the R comes out, and a smash down coming from the Olaf, allowing him to take another kill on the board. Now let's give it a second. Okay, so for everybody, the last 7 minutes has been a roller coaster of emotions, but right now we see 1 kill on the Lee Sin, 1 kill on to the Aphelios, which is very good to see from the side, as Aphelios is your carry for the team of NSW. White Vitality, not Vitality, VIT is taking Drake right now with 2 kills on Olaf right now, as they do take Drake here.
True, and again, some great attention by the Olaf to get down into this bot lane. I mean, look, we said it before. Once this Olaf has 6, he is going to run you down. And when there is only one carry that he needs to focus on, it becomes very, very difficult for the Aphelios to even try to get away. And yeah, we do see him pick that kill up. He did have to drop his ultimate for it. But again, super well played. But that being said, Barda Papa doing a great job of also trying to get in and trying to get around on the map. Unfortunately, Xdiaz getting a little bit ahead of himself, getting caught out, trying to ult onto Lee Sin on his own chicken camp. But yeah, as you rightly said, it is just go, go, go. Neither team is interested in anything else as long as the KDAs look good in the end.
As we look in the mid lane, look at the Malphite. The Malphite is coming in. It's looking like this Bard. Is he going to be able to stop this engage? No, it does not. But we do have an Olaf. Olaf should be really strong in this fight right now. He is incredible as the super mega death rocket comes out of nowhere. Malphite's looking like he will be going down. Are they looking for anything more? No, they're not. Now, they have just killed the top laner here, allowing Gwen in the top lane to get so much farm, so much CS above this Malphite here, meaning that he should be able to win top lane from this. So this is very, very bad for the team of NSFW.
Team.
What?
I'm just sorry. Team NSFW, I like that. That's a good one.
I did not actually mean to do that. It's so ingrained in my brain right now of NSFW that, you know, it's part of the it's
true.
part
I
of the
agree. Yeah, totally. And again, we now see Dutch 3-0 up 40 CS on Paradanite. But that being said, again, the Gwen is slightly ahead, but we do see a small lead as the Bard ult.
Oh, what an incredible hook coming out from Dash there. Clutching that right now. Bard did get a good R to try and stop it, but the flash flay or the flash hook just was too good against that Jinx right there, allowing them to get bot pressure right now. Maybe even getting them the first tower in the game. But we have to see right now. Lee Sin is helping him push out, and then I'm expecting him to maybe take a reset here, get onto the top side of the map.
True, and yeah, totally an amazing flash hook coming out from Parker Watcher. Again, this is what we have kind of grown to expect, some great mechanical plays. There's, some kind of trading going down in the mid lane, but again, yeah, Parker Watcher, super, super good player, and again, when confidence is high on this Forsaken team, they look good. This is a team of showmen, if ever I have seen one before.
And right now we have another fight in the top lane. Bard hits a Q. We see the R coming out from the Gwen. Missed the second one, stopping it from getting extra damage in. Malphite is looking for the escape. He has no ultimate right now. It's looking like it's absolutely devastating for him as they give another assist over to their jungler, giving Gwen an even bigger lead. Malphite is so far behind in this lane right now. If he shows anywhere near to this Gwen, he should just die right now. But we do see that they are looking for this bot lane. Their top laner is absolutely getting wrecked. But are they looking for the Jinx here? Are they looking for a tower dive? We have to see. Lee Sin is near the Jinx, and it's looking like they're backing away. Actually, they're looking for the Bard.
True, Bard is going to rotate down, but...
And the hook lands. Well done to this Thresh right now. Thresh is playing this really, really well. But we have to remember, with the Flash Cone, Bard is just absolutely just a player that you cannot kill, at least easily. The kick comes out from Lee Sin with the R coming out of Galio, just sums for sums, nothing massive happening here. A super mega death rocket does hit the Lee Sin, but he is just too tanky to die right now. The Yon engages, a follow-up from Olaf, and it's looking like a walk away from both teams. A lot of fighting happening right now, but not a lot coming from it.
True, I agree, but in the meantime, throughout all of this fighting, we do see a small lead starting to open up for this Gwen. It's a 1.5k gold lead across the map, kind of almost pushing to that 2k gold. And now, while I don't expect to see much of a goal lead on its LMR on this Jinx because of how much pressure has been put down onto the bot lane, as Lee Sin gonna get caught there, Xdia's gonna pick that one up.
Look at this bot lane. Bard, does he have R? Bard has R. He ults onto the Aphelios. Is the Aphelios going to get stunned? No, he doesn't. It's all up to this Olaf right now. Can Olaf get the kill? He has no ultimate. He can't catch up. Good spacing away from the Thresh. The Lantern absolutely saved Kaiser Mummy right there. But you have to remember right now, the Lee Sin dying there was absolutely devastating. They get the bot lane tower. Again, so much gold into this Jinx. Again, another Drake. Giving them 2 Drakes. Giving a pretty decent lead to the team of VIT.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Team VITAGEN doing a great job of identifying where the carry of Team Forsaken lies and doing what they
Thresh
can.
looking for the hook? No, looking like he just barely missed it, as there is a fight in the top lane right now. Malphite versus Gwen, as there is another engage on the mid lane. Galio, he is able to pick up 1 kill here, but he should die to the Olaf right now, unless he's able to get enough assistance right now. It's Olaf versus 3 players. Olaf does have healing though. Is he able to survive? The Gwen is coming with the ultimate. Gwen is trying to look for a kill here. Is he able to catch up to the Lee Sin? His E is coming up. The ult's coming out from Malphite right now. Bard has come up. He's come for the re-engagement. His slows right there allow Gwen to catch up and get another kill right there. It's 2 for 1 in the favor of red side, but Thresh does come in. Thresh does have hook, misses, and it looks like the fight is over. That is a good trade, I would say, for the red side right there. 2 for 1.
Yeah, I mean, again, both teams never willing. Enough is not a phrase in either of these teams' vocabulary. Each team just constantly, everyone's rotating over. Yo, is that a fight? Yo, let me come in. Yo, let me come in. Bard runs up. Thresh runs up.
This
Gwen
is
runs
just
down. Malphite runs down. It's just
a masterclass of just clown fiesta. These players are looking for the kills, and that's all they are. They're blood hungry. There is another engage on the mid lane. A little bit of poke out on the Galio as Bard is engaging. Is he going to get hooked? It's looking like, you know, Olaf, he does have ultimate. We do have to see if the Olaf is able to get something here. But we do see amazing guns coming out from the Aphelios. Aphelios is so strong right now. But no, he gets absolutely obliterated by the Bard right now. As we do see the Thresh getting engaged right now. Is Olaf going to die? He's got his team behind him. It's looking like he gets out. And what a play coming out from the red side right there. Bard hits a Q. Galio goes in. Then so much is going on in these team fights right now. As we see... Oh, players are just dying absolutely everywhere, but it looks like it is a good trade for the red side right now. 3 for 1 as we see their bot lane die and their mid lane right there. They are looking for another fight here. We do hit a hook. Okay.
And again, we see a 4v4 mid straight again. As soon as everyone's back alive, we see a 5v4 in the bot lane, but importantly this time around, Captainen staying out of that one is going to pick himself up 2 towers in that top lane. Really going to stretch RD7, Snow, and Forsaken in this game. And now that really I do expect to open up the map for him, he has the TP available where Snow does not. And with I don't know when the next Drake is going to be spawning, but we do see a near 2.5, 3k gold lead down onto this Gwen, the same on the Olaf. So this top side of Team VITAGEN extremely strong here.
Right now, we do see the blue side is looking for a brush. They are looking to find an engage on this mid lane right now. Jinx is solo in the mid lane right now. If they look for an engage and land it here, they could get a mid tower. They could find a way back into the game. As a hook does land, this is massive for them right now. The Bard does miss right now, but they do get the flash away from Jinx. There's a fight going off. We see the Gwen engaging first. Gwen is getting off so much damage in this team fight. We do see Yone on the sideline. Do we see Yone engaging? We see the Malphite R. We see the hook coming in, stopping him from engaging. And it's looking like it's a 2-0 going on the way of VIT. We see Galio down. We see that carry down right now as they are looking for the mid lane tower. They are trying to push their lead. They're trying to find even more fights, even bigger plays. As there is a flash coming out. There's a bigger fight. There's an R coming away from the Yone as they do seem to just be dominating these team fights. They have a over 8k gold lead right now.
Yeah, and this game has just completely exploded out of nowhere. Team VITAGEN smelling blood in the water after Kaisamami does fall. I mean, VITAGEN just deciding enough is never enough. They will dive. They have ultimates. They will keep on fighting, and dive they do, as they do pick up 2 mid lane towers as well as a huge team fight win. And again, while I do like to see this extremely explosive kind of gameplay coming out, and we do know Forsaken is very much a fan of these types of games, it is it is not really working for them. And when plan A works, it doesn't really seem that Forsaken have prepared a plan B for a situation like this, as both teams positioning towards the top side. But I'm scared if another fight does break out, do Forsaken just run at them in a straight line again? Can Kaisamami get away again? The Olaf does have his ult, does have Ghost available to him.
They are
But
looking for an engage right now. We do see Gwen is in the front line. We see Olaf in the front line. These two are the ones with most of the damage on the team. If they're able to kill one of them, they will be able to win a fight here. But we have to see. Everybody's holding on to that ultimate. You have to look for this Malphite art. If Malphite can get onto this Jinx and eliminate her, we can see a very different fight from what we've seen before. Blue side does have a good position right now. As the Bard art comes out, hitting 2 players right now. Q hits, Q lands. As we see Gwen going. Gwen had so much damage right now. Waiting for our R to go off. 1 R. We're waiting for the second. Yone's there. Does Yone get an R off? Yone has not R yet. Yone makes a massive R with 2 people right there as they get the kills. But red side absolutely dominates. The lead is just too much right now from VIT. Forsaken just can't do anything.
And a clean ace for Team VITAGEN. Again, we saw it. You see XDai as he is saving everything that he has. It is all eyes on Kaisamami. Once this guy steps out of line, just for a split second, everyone knows he is the man that needs to fall in order to win this team fight. And XDai is doing a great job of getting on top of him. But that being said, we are not yet seeing this big Malphite Galio wombo combo ult synergy that I really think Forsaken planned to have come to fruition a little more often in this game. And I still think if they can get that kind of a team fight off, where they get the Galio or the Malphite 3-man knock up into a Galio 3-man knock up into an Aphelios ultimate, you still have the cards at your disposal to find a team fight win.
Thresh is getting engaged right now. He walks slightly too far, but the flash does get him to safety here. But yeah, the wombo combo is just not happening in these team fights. The main problem with it right now is if Malphite does engage, it leaves your Aphelios wide open to a re-engage right now. And you're ulting into an Olaf and a Gwen, who both are quite happy for you to do that. You are not able to one-shot them yet, as we are looking for a fight. Thresh is hovering. It's looking like nothing's coming out so far. There is the mid lane ready for the blue team. Yone is in the bot lane, so a fight right now would not be bad for them. Yone does have TP. Malphite on the sideline. He's getting chunked out. Malphite goes for the R. We see Galio going in. They're looking for the Jinx right now on the back line. Are they able to kill her right now? She's just too tanky. They just are so far behind. They do get 1 kill right there, but the rest of their team just gets absolutely annihilated. It's 2 for 1 right now. Yone is in the bot lane. They're trying to stop him from basing. They're trying to allow Yone to have time right here. Gwen goes in. Olaf goes in. Everyone's fighting right now as they get another 2 kills onto this Gwen. Gwen is trying to chase down. He's trying to finish the last one and does. It's an absolute ace, and this could be it.
True. I mean, again, that was a 4v5, and it's looking like that they are just going to run it. And I think a surrender coming out there in the end. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. It's just too much. The Olaf pressure, the Gwen pressure is just too much for Forsaken to handle. And you saw it in that last fight. Yes, you got the Jinx, but at what cost? You commit so much into diving their backline that you completely sacrifice everything for it. And then on the turn, you are not going to get away from an Olaf with Ghost, a Gwen with slows, Yone with the amount of mobility that he has as well. You can't outrun these guys. And yeah, that whole time, Yone doesn't even need to use the TP because he's busy pushing bot lane with Rift Herald, and he's just going to take their whole base and going to get them that dub there in the end.
Yes, very well played from both teams, but it was just a pure dominating victory, I would have to say. After the first couple team fights, it was just all the way for Team VITAGEN on VIT.
True, and I think we are gonna have a short interview in a couple of moments with one of the members from Team VITAGEN. Just have a quick talk about that game. But again, I think it was just a battle of who brought more hyper carries, right? In an all-out slugfest, it was fight from minute 1, and once one team starts to fall behind, it becomes extremely difficult to come back into a game like that, just because again, the team with more gold is gonna win more fights. It's as simple as that. And you're staring down 4 hyper carries if we're counting Olaf as a hyper carry early game. I think he is
Yes, they are in waiting room right now. Do you want to head over?
I think I will drag him into here if I'm able to do that. I don't think wait. Yes, I can.
Perfect.
Hello, it's LMR, the 80 carry. Congratulations on that win. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about how you guys are feeling because you're off the back of 2 wins now today.
Yeah, it's we're doing really good.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying myself this game, maybe not so much. Playing against Malphite, Lee Sin, everything, but my team is carrying me, so it's fine.
I was about to
True,
say,
and-
it was all about this top side for you right there. It was the Olaf, the Yon, and the Gwen right there, which just dealt so much damage in these team fights.
True.
Yeah, I don't really get like how we get both Jigs and Gwen.
I mean,
They first picked Galio.
was there a reason you picked Olaf? Because it seemed very strong into the Malphite, into the Lee Sin, and into the Galio right there. It seemed like they just had no damage to kill your Gwen or your Olaf in the jungle.
Yeah, we were talking about it. For last pick, we were thinking about like Volibear, and then like they have like Galio, Thresh. Olaf can just ignore all CC. So
True.
we just really good like pick in
Definitely
that moment.
a really nice pickup there, but I want to talk about it. It's not been shown to us until today, but the Bard was open today. Bard Papai is the name. Was he happy to finally get a go on his Bard?
Yeah, of course, man. Like he said, he wanted to play it earlier. We could have just picked up the Lulu, but the board worked out here fine.
We're
it's
very
really good.
proud of him. As a Bard main myself, I am very proud that I got to see a Bard in the game. Well played to him there. But in this game right now, I do want to talk about your draft. Now, you seem to be prioritizing this Jinx and this Gwen above everything else. Is there a reason for it?
I just think the champs are OP, really. Like they get a Philius trade here for the Jinx, so it's fine. But Gwen is just especially like this hyper carry meta with bot lanes, just ignore all the auto attacks, you know, like it's really good front to back. And especially like here if with Malphite, we first picked it, right? We didn't know they were gonna pick full engage, but it seems like all the teams like to pick like engage comps. We played against Nautilus, Akali and stuff the game before.
Yeah.
They just wanna go on us, you know, but the ADs can't really follow up.
I can definitely see how that will definitely work in your favor. Now, for your team, how's the team atmosphere? Tell me about your team a little bit.
It's good. Feel like we can maybe practice a bit more, but we're winning, so it seems like yeah, we're just enjoying the game.
Speaking of winning 4-0 now, played 4-1-4. Do you guys think that you guys are gonna win the whole thing? Like, what are your plans going forward? Because you did just beat the defending champions of the split. Does that give you guys like a ton of confidence moving forward, or how do you guys expect the rest of your split to pan out?
Like, I don't know. Like maybe we get reality checked right at some point, but we're just going with the wins right now. Like
take it game by game. Spirits are high. It's good to hear. It's good to hear.
I'm enjoying.
Maybe we suddenly tilt super hard.
I was about to say you seem a little bit more humble than a usual League player. So
okay,
we'll see if your full team has the same thing. Most likely, have someone in your team be like, "Nah, the rest are terrible." You know, I'm definitely better than the enemy top lane or something like that. Every team always has one of them on there.
Of course, man. Maybe the discussion is a bit different in the team atmosphere, you know, but
yeah,
true. But thank you so much again. Congratulations to VITAGEN. You guys look like you guys are not here to play around. You guys undefeated so far, but congratulations, and looking forward to see you guys play for the rest of the split.
Congrats, GG.
Thanks, man. GG.
Yeah, that was LMR, the 80 carry from Team VITAGEN. Humble. It's good to hear.
I would say I like the humble approach there. well played to the teams. You know, seemed very positive, very excited for the rest of the split. As we do have one more game left for today. What is that game, Brady?
The game coming up, and it will be starting in about 20 minutes time. It is going to be Team Lotus Galactus versus Team Evo. One team being a brand new team to the league. A couple of players have been seen around it before, and of course, Team Lotus, the old Team Momentum, found themselves a new mid, found themselves a new jungler. The runners up from last season, I do believe. But yeah, definitely looking to come back, fresh faces, and definitely love to see what they bring to the table this time.
I am as excited as you. Now, we would like to thank you for watching so far. We are going to take a small, we'll say about a 10-15 minute break. We will start 5 minutes before the game starts, and we will come back, give you some great, gameplay, hopefully from my computer and not stream from someone else's if it is able to work through, but it's all good. Now, we will be back in 10 minutes. We will see you then.
I'm hiding in the closet. I don't want to be seen. I'm feeling like a monster. Secrets inside of me. Keep quiet. I swallow my tears. They'll never see me like this. Don't let them see me breaking. Keep quiet, I swallow my tears. They'll never see me like this. Don't let them see me breaking. Don't let them see me cry. Don't let them see me faking this pretty little smile. September morning, greet me with doubt. I'll shut my mouth when you're being this loud. Feel me out, figure me out. I tend to be confusing when these things go south. Hold me. I just need you to hear me. I just need you to feel me. Borders crossing. I wish you found me satisfactory, baby. I'm trying to win you over. I put myself in all these situations, knowing the chances seem that I'll escape.